Hey everyone, welcome back to our PHP journey. Today we are diving into the brain of decision making in PHP. Those are operators and conditional logic. Have you ever wondered how languages or PHP decides if you pass an exam or are eligible to vote or should be shown a warning message? Well, we're about to meet the tools PHP uses to make those choices. So those tools include, first of all, operators, which consist of arithmetic, assignment, comparison, and logical operators, and conditional statements, which mainly consist of the if-else block. So, since things are about to get logically intense, let's get started right away. First of all, let's kick things off with arithmetic operators and assignment operators. So, arithmetic operators are PHP's built-in toolbox, and these are your classic operators. Now, I'll show you guys in VS Code what I mean by that, but before, let's delete this code from our previous episode, and let's start our Apache server through XAMPP. So, always keep this in mind if you want to check your results through PHP. So we have started our Apache server. Now I will type out, first of all, arithmetic operators, and then I'll paste this code that I've copied. So these are our arithmetic operators. So this plus sign, minus sign, this asterisk sign, which actually indicates multiplication, is our operator for multiplication. This slash is for division, and this is something called the modulus. Now, I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with all of these signs, but some of you might get stuck on what this means, so I'll explain it to you right away. So first of all, these are our variables, $A and $B. So these have a value of 10 and 3, and I'm pretty sure you can guess what all of these output will be. Now we'll save this code and we'll open up our URL in PHP. So first of all, localhost slash php basics and index.php. So this will only work if you have XAMPP loaded. So we can see that all of our results have been concatenated. So what might be used in order to print this out in different lines? Now I did tell this to you guys in the previous episode, and let's see if you guys remember. So it's the dot operator, and then inside our quotes it's the br tag. So let's see if that worked. So I'll save this, and then I'll move on to our localhost. So yeah, that did work. So that is .br. So let me just copy and paste this in each and every line so that you guys can read the results easily. So copy and then paste, and paste once again, paste, and just for good measure, paste here as well. So these are our results. So first of all, we'll discuss it one by one. So let me just pull this up and put this here. First of all, we have echo a plus b, which is 13. So this is visible. So 10 minus 3 is 7, and 10 times 3 is 30, and 10 divided by 3 is equal to 3.33333. This is recurring, so this is a floating point value, and I'll explain to you guys about the modulus. So what modulus returns is the remainder after the division. So when we see 3 can multiply up to 3 times up to 9, and after that it's straight up jumps to 12. So in order to divide 10, it should multiply itself by 3 times. So 3 times 3 is 9, and our remainder is 1. So using modulus will give our output a value to 1. So if I typed out here 11, it should give out the result to 2, because 3 times 3 is 9, but 2 are still left. So 9 plus 1 is 10, and plus 1 is 11. So 2 is still the remainder of the division of 11 by 3. So it should give out to 2. So let's refresh. So it's 2. Now, if I type, or if I put the value of a as 12, what do you think will happen? I want you guys to put your guesses or your logical explanations in the comments down below, but it is pretty simple. Like I said, the modulus returns the remainder of the division. So keep that in mind. So that was it for our arithmetic operators, and now we can move on to assignment operators. So assignment operators help you to update the variables, kind of like saving progress in a game. So first of all, let's delete this, and then we'll say a variable called x is equal to 5. Now if I type out echo $x, it will just print out the value of x. But if I use the assignment operator, which is one of the operators plus equals to, so $x plus equals to 3, what this will do is this will add the value of 3 to our variable right here. So it is essentially the same as doing $x equals $x plus 3. So it's like updating the value of the variable. Now you can also, first of all, before I explain the other assignment operators, let's save this and see our changes. So first of, oh no, let's print out, or let's use echo for our variable once again. So $x. Now save this and we'll reload. Oh, so unexpected token echo. Oh, I forgot to put a semicolon here. I'm really sorry. So save. So always remember to put semicolons. So reload. Now it should print out our values. Now it's just giving 5 8 since it's on the same line. So you guys will have to use br a lot if you want to print stuff on your web page using PHP. So br or br tag. In this, I realized that I should put out echo and then echo the value of the variable once again. So in order to print this out in separate lines, I'll concatenate the echo with br tag so that they print out on separate lines. So control save. Now we can observe the changes. So keep you in mind that we have essentially updated the value of the variable and increased it by 3. So 5 plus 3 should equal to 8. Yep, so first it outputs to 5 since we have put this on the value of the variable. Yeah, so it outputs to 5 and 8 since we have the value of the variable as 5, and then we have written plus equals to, that is adding 3 on to 5, so it outputs to 8. So let me just snap this on to the right side and this onto the left side for easy changes observation. So you can see that this is the assignment operator which updates the value of variables. It's like telling PHP, take this value, do something with it, and keep the new result. So you can also use other arithmetic operators besides the plus sign. So if you type out minus, hit save, and then refresh, it should output to 5 and 2 because 3 has been subtracted from 5. Now if you type out multiplication, it should multiply the value of the variable and store it as well. So it gives out to 15, and this also works with division. So let's say this is 6. Oh, I'm sorry, 6. It should output to 2. Yes. So these are the assignment operators, and PHP follows an operator precedence. So remember, some operations are evaluated before others, just like regular math. And one thing that I forgot to mention, besides our plus, minus, divide, and then multiplication operators in our arithmetic operators, there is another operator as well, which is the exponential or power operator. So if I type out echo 2 to the power, that is double asterisk, so this is the power operator, 2 to the power of 3, it should output to 8. So let's save this and execute. So it outputs to 8. It's just concatenated, so let me just br, I'm sorry, it should be in quotes, so br, save, and then output. So yeah, this is the power operator, and just so you know, this follows right associativity. So if I typed out asterisk 2, you might think that, I don't know what you might think, you might be confused actually. So what actually happens is it first calculates 3 to the power of 2, then 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 2. So 3 to the power of 2 is 9, and it will output to 2 to the power of 9. So it's 512. 2 to the power of 9 is 512. So just so you know, it follows a right associativity. So right calculations are done first. So that was it for assignment operators and arithmetic operators. Now let's move on to comparison and logic. So let's get to comparison operators first. Comparison operators help PHP compare values and make decisions. So to demonstrate that, I'll just erase this and I'll type out two variables. First of all, a, which value will be equal to 5, and then 5, and then our b, which is equal to 10. Now we will use something called the var dump. So var dump, or variable dump, which will put a, and to compare if the values are equal or not, we use the double equals to sign. So remember, equals to is used for assigning a value to a variable, but double equals to is used to compare the values of variables. So this will compare and check if a or is equal to b, which will obviously output to false since a's value is 5 and b's value is 10. Now other comparison operators include var dump, let's say first of all a, and our not equals to sign. Our not sign is symbolized by this exclamation mark, and not equals to. A is not equal to b. Now this should output to true since a is not equal to b. I'm sorry, I forgot to use the dollar sign. And yeah, so let me just copy this line once again and change the operator. So there are obviously other operators as well. A is less than, and then there is a is less than or equal to. So I'll just type out a is less than and a is more than to show you guys the difference. Why not less than or equal to as well? So this is more than or equal to, and this is less than or equal to. So save all of this and we'll see what all of these output to. Oh, I'm really sorry, I should have put br tag. So I don't think var dump and br tag make a difference, so I'll just see. Yep. So first, boolean value a is equal to b. We have tested if a is equal to b. We have tried to compare if a is equal to b. So this outputs to false, since a is not equal to b. And a is not equal to b. Well, it is true that a is not equal to b, so it outputs to true. And a is less than b, which is true, so it outputs to true. A is more than b is false, it outputs to false. A is more than equal to is essentially the same, so these will output to both false and true according to their greater than or less than values. So these are the comparison operators, and we use var dump here because it shows the true or false, that is boolean values, to our output directly. Now let's go deeper than this. In PHP there's something called the strict comparison operator. Sounds scary, right? Well, and it is represented by the triple equals sign. While the double equals sign only checks the value, the triple equals sign also checks the data types. So if you don't know what the data types are in PHP, make sure that you check it out in our previous video, link in the description. So first of all, we'll test the values of a and b once again. So let's say a and b are, first of all, a is this value, but I mean numeric value, and it has the value of 5, and b is a string which still has a value of 5. So let's save this and first check it out if echo $a, no, not echo, sorry, var dump $a is equal to $b. So let's see what this outputs to first. I'll save this. Oh, sorry, equals to, I meant double equals to. So save this, and then so it outputs to true. Now even though a and b are of different data types, since they have the same value, that is 5, PHP assumes that it is equal if we use the double equals to operator, that is the comparison operator. Now if we use var, no, I'm lazy, so I'll just copy this line. So var triple equals to a triple equals to b, what this does, it not only checks the value, but it also checks if the data types are equal. So if we refresh this, it will output to false, since a and b do have the same value, but they have different data types. So if we strictly compare the variables a and b, it will output to false. Now of course, if it is the numeric data type and save, both of them should output to true. Since they have the same data types as well, this operator outputs to true.